What is going on, everyone? We are here for week 3 of GT4 at Barber Motorsport Park. We're in the Merc AMG GT4 car, fixed setup as always. So we'll fire straight into a walkthrough lap and then kick off with a hot lap at the end of the video. So Barber's pretty unique. There's a lot of sort of long radius corners, but you've got to be patient as well because the car tends to over rotate a little bit here. So as you're coming down into turn 1, you're going to be 4th gear. At the 1 board, you want to jump on the brakes nice and hard, down 1 gear, set yourself up at the end so that when you get to the end of this curb, you turn the car quite aggressively at the corner. You don't want to hit the curb, but you want to stay nice and close to it. So setting yourself up about there is perfect, really. Any more than that, I feel like if you're on the curb, the car tends to twitch and rotate a little bit too much, and then I've seen a couple of guys actually end up in that sand trap over there. So 3rd gear through here. Now, this one's a bit unique. There's a couple of lines you can take. I prefer quite a tight line, so I actually sort of, as I come out of one, I sort of drift towards the inside. It covers off anybody trying to have a look down the inside as well. And I sort of run myself shallow, but not too shallow. So I enter quite shallow, but then the car tends to track out to sort of this seal in the middle of the road. Back to 2nd, and then it's a quick shift to 3rd. So it's just to help the car rotate a little bit more. And then once the car starts to rotate, you shift about here just as the curb's starting, and let the car track out nice and wide on the exit in 3rd gear. Up through the gears, nice and close over this crest near the curb. At the 2 board, you want a nice big braking. Back to 2nd. Stay wide, then turn in early. Clip the apex early, so you're hugging it here. So what happens is once you get to this point here, you're gonna start to pick the throttle up, and the car's gonna start to push wide. You don't want to stay that close to the curb anyway. It doesn't matter because of the trajectory of the corner anyway, and you've got all this extra road on the exit to use all the track to carry as much speed as possible going down into the reverse corkscrew. So up through the gears, you want to brake at the 1 board, down 1 gear, turn the car in, clip the curb, then straighten the wheel up. Aim the car. There's nothing really to aim for, but you want to use this curb on the outside to sort of set your car up. If you sort of try and drive around it, you're going to make your life a little bit harder. So set the car up, run the car 2 wheels over the curb. See, as you come off the curb, you're going to drop down and you're going to be directly on the apex. You want to brake as you're going down the hill into 2nd gear, get the car to pivot and rotate, stay on that curb the whole way around the corner. Start to pick the throttle up, let the car track nice and wide. Use all that track. Up through the gears. Alright, so this one's pretty unique. So, end of the curb, you start to turn the car in at the corner. It's a lift when you get to this curb here. That's it. No braking required. Just lift it. You want to stay off that first curb. Get on this 2nd curb a little tiny bit. You don't want to do it too much, just enough, right? And then you may have to have a secondary lift depending on how big your lift was through the entry of the corner to keep yourself on the track. But you'll find that the car, it's better to try and just keep that corner speed up and flow. And it's just more like you're dancing on that throttle a little bit till you get it through the corner, and then you know you're on home free and you can punch on it. So then as you come up here, you want to brake at the 1 board. Turn the car in 4th gear. Little bit of curb here, just a tiny bit, just to set yourself up. Then go back to 3rd between here, usually around the escape road, back to 3rd. That'll help the car retard in speed a little tiny bit. Use the curb to hustle the car up over. It may get a little bit light on exit, so just be careful for the rear stepping out on you as you come over this crest off the curb. So 3rd, up to 4th. This corner's flat, but be careful because this is where it bites people. Set yourself up. You want to start tracking the car wide. I don't go too wide here, but I stay on this second seam just to give myself a shorter turn back. Third gear through here, so brake, downshift. It's a really tricky corner. This next two segments is really sort of difficult to nail. Get on the curb here, stay in third gear, use all the curb. Try and set yourself up as far to the right as possible to then open up the final turn to turn in at the end of the curb. Little bit of curb here just to square the car up and then carry the speed out. And that, guys, is a lap at Barber Motorsport Park in the GT4. We'll give you a hot lap now, and good luck for your week of racing. And that, guys, is a lap of Barber Motorsport Park. Hope this helps, and we'll see you next week.